different people in the film industry, people linked to the film industry, people who are associated with the Malayalam film industry, people who have been victims of the Malayalam film industry. And today we have a male survivor. We brought you the version of a junior artist a few days back. Actors are speaking out. Today a male actor speaks out on sexual abuse. It's a first-hand account on the show this evening. Here are the headlines at 7 p.m. CPIM backs Mukesh despite the grave sexual harassment allegation, says there is no need for him to resign. More and more actors narrating their ordeal as the Hema panel report exposes Mollywood completely.
न्याय संहिता की सोच नागरिकों को सजा देगा। एक और महिलाओं और बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले अपराधों पर सख्त कानून बने हैं।
Prime Minister raises concerns about women's safety, says there is a need for more proactive measures to be taken. From the national capital to Kolkata, relentless fight for justice continues. Mamata's political protest claim has fallen flat.
पैमाने पे गड़बड़ी करने की कोशिश की गई। ममता बनर्जी खुद कहती है संडे तक मुझे मौका दिया करो, मैं सब निकाल देंगे। अभी जब सीबीआई आ गए तो ममता जी खुद पल्ला झाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
As Indian allies fight uproar over Tejasvi Yadav's Chinese version remark against Himanta Biswa Sarma, BJP says it's a racist mindset being displayed. Election Commission revises polling counting dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. It's now on the 8th of October. The Hema panel report has exposed the rot in the Malayalam film industry. More and more actors are speaking out against top names in the industry, from casting couch allegations to charges of sexual harassment and sexual assault. The anger is palpable, but the left, the party ruling in Kerala, is backing its MeToo accused MLA and actor Mukesh. They've said there is no need for him to resign as the legislator took a stand. Take a look at this report summarizing the story and how it's playing out both politically and within the film industry in Kerala.
MeToo storm continues to haunt Mollywood. Actors, directors, senior politicians, the rot in Mollywood is finally being exposed. This after the explosive charges brought to the fore by the Hema Commission report. Mahila Congress activists staged demonstrations in Kochi and Kollam demanding a comprehensive investigation to the Justice Hema Committee report. There has been heightened political tussle in Kerala ever since FIRs were registered against actor and CPIM MLA Mukesh. Despite growing calls for Mukesh's resignation, the CPIM State Secretariat has decided in favor of Mukesh.
In what can only be seen as a highly controversial move, the CPIM State Secretariat has decided that MLA Mukesh, who has been accused of sexual exploitation and abuse, does not need to resign from his position in the party, neither does he have to resign from the post of an MLA. Now, this comes despite the fact that there are multiple FIRs registered against MLA Mukesh for allegedly sexually harassing and exploiting his female co-stars during his tenure as an actor in the Malayalam film industry.
The CPIM had opined that there is no imminent need for actor Mukesh to resign. Malayalam actress Amala Paul has also expressed her support for the Hema Committee report.
glad that this has come, and I hope it will take its due course and it will bring the result that we, all deserve. And all the women who've come out and spoken, hats off to them. Huge respect.
With Mollywood's best kept secrets now out in the open, all eyes are now on what the SIT probe will uncover.
We have a male complainant who is joining us on the show. His name is Sajir. Sajir has gone public with his complaint against Ranjit, who now faces a second complaint. We don't know how many more there are. Sajir, thank you for speaking to Republic TV.
Thank you.
Yes. Tell us what happened, Sajir. When did it happen? When did it happen and what happened exactly?
No, actually, for the last 2-3 days, that all medias were asking me the same question, and I was picking up regarding this. This is what happened on 2012 December. The movie was located in Calicut, called the movie name is Bautide Namatil, which is directed as scripted rated by Ranjit. And I was just went to that place, my friends, to seeing that in. Look, the star Mammootty is there. So quietly, we just thought to see him. So that time it was very crowded place, and so many people are waiting to see Mammootty over there. So at the same time, there is one person who's behind the camera, who's a production controller, who was looking at me a long time, like he just noticing me. Then he came to me and he asked me, you want to meet Mammootty? Then I said, yeah, I'm very happy. I'm so glad because, there is a lot of people over there, but he come to me. Then he asked me. At the same time, in the sit out, there is Mammootty and Ranjit and Kavya Madhavan all over the people they are sitting over there. And so I can see them. They are just looking at me in the time. Then I just walk with this guy, the production controller, and he just dropped me. He just told me that the Ranjit was sitting inside. When I'm coming to that house, that time Ranjit was going to the hall. It was a home. The shooting location was a big home. So that hall, he was sitting on the sofa, and he asking me, hi, where are you from and what you doing, all the things. And I was so wonder because I get a chance to talk to that director, the director who is very legend in the Malayalam film industry. And everyone wish that, some director will call you and talk to you. So those are very dreamy for me, and I was very happy and I'm so excited. And I said, sir, I'm a very big fan of you. I really like your all movies. Everything I said. At the same time, he said to me, okay, do one thing. I'm really bit busy with the shooting, so I can just give my number to. He just took there was a tissue holder. He took the tissue from that the holder, and he just write his number. And he said, I'm very busy now, but still you can contact me. You can call me, not by through call. Just text me a message. That's all. So he said like that. So I don't know. I was so happy that time. Such a director, and nobody will get that kind of opportunity. Even I didn't ask his number, and he given me the number, so I was very happy. So after that, I just returned to home, and I told my friends that this thing happened, but nobody believed that. This is such a good director, and he given me the number. So of course, nobody believed that. And at the same time, I was 21 year age, and I was I'm looking little bit charm, and I don't know what make him, some kind of attraction. Now, he told me that somehow. Then after 2 days, I was text him through message. Hi sir, this is Sajir, and I hope you remember me. And he just replied me, yeah, I know you. How are you? And he just casually we were talk. Then after he said that the film shooting is already over, and I am flying on to Bangalore. So are you willing to come? So this is the question where he asked me. So such a director, and I have no one in film industry, and I really want to act a movie. So these all words where he said to me, I was clean. I was very happy. I was totally, I didn't say to my parents that I'm going to Bangalore, because this is very, very happy to me that, such a good, great director calling me to Bangalore. At the same time, I already informed him that I'm traveling and I'm coming to Bangalore. and it was a very late night. I reached Bangalore, and the Bangalore airport nearby there is a Taj Hotel. Taj Hotel were located near to the airport. So I hope you can hear me what I'm saying.
I can hear you. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead, Sajir.
Yeah. So that was near to that airport, the Taj Hotel, and it was between 9:30, 10 o'clock the time. So I was in a backpack and I'm just walking to the reception. I called him while I'm going that time. I called him. So he said, just tell him that I want to meet Mr. Ranjit. That reception guy told me, he was like, I was so young that time. So he just told me, asked me first the ID. Then after he said that, after 10 o'clock, we are not allowing any visitors to that room. You tell to the Ranjit to come to the lobby. That only the thing will happen. So he said, he advised me like that, and I already called him Ranjit, sir, this is what they're saying, so what should I do? Then what he said that, Sajir, you do one thing, just move from there, come out of the hotel, and after there is a way which nobody can see you, you can directly enter to the hotel. And I was really surprisingly, I'm very scared about that. But I have only the strong strength because of Ranjit is there. That director is there, so he is calling me. So why should I scare about it? And whatever the direction he said, I went to that backside. There is a fire exit door, and there was a floor. It's like a 1 and 2. He was in a 4th floor. So I went to that 4th floor and I knocked the door. Finally, I reached the room. He was drinking. And he just invited me. He tightly hugged me. He said that he was very happy that he meet me. Then after we were talk, and he told me how's things going on and how's life and everything. At the same time, I was very, very happy. I feel that, a person who's really wanted to act a movie, and such a director who called me, I got a chance to meet him in a hotel room in a 5-star property. This is all thing made me.
And all of this was happening in Bangalore, correct? He was there for a shoot.
Everything is happening in Bangalore. Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So after that, after I'm coming to the point. After that, he invited me to drink, and I never had a drink before. I'm not. I consider my age. I'm not having any drink before. So he told me that to taste it. I just had one glass of vodka. After that, he said something very personally. He would want to, I don't know how to tell you that, to remove the clothes and to want to see your total, the structure, how you are, and all these things. I didn't say no because of, might be I was little conscious, not unconscious. I am saying that I'm a drunk already. So I feel that I can't able to say no, and he's a Ranjit. So of course, all the hope that I have, I just remove my clothes. And I was standing with the front of the mirror, and he was looking at my face, my eyes. He's saying that you're very beautiful, and you look so beautiful when you are on screen. So these all buttering and these all flattering words, which is very, very, given me so many hopes and, the strength to do. Otherwise, I have never had this kind of experience ever in my life. And the consider of my age, it was 10 years before. So after he tried to do something in my body, and he just trying to, I'm so sorry for that. That is very personal. I'm respecting my personal things in myself. So I can't say anything what happened there. But at the same time, he took some pictures. He wanted to take my pictures without my naked body. He took some pictures, and I was asking, "Sir, why you want to take a picture?" And I'm not. It's something odd. It's something strange for. He said, "I really want to see you again. Once you leave, how I can see you." And also, my friend is an online. He was talked to an actress. She was there in the phone, and she wanted to share the picture. That's what he said to me. It was the actress name. I already revealed it, and I don't want to reveal again in this channel.
It was a senior actor?
It was a senior actress, yeah.
So it was a senior actress in the Kerala film industry. And he was sharing,
she's very well known people. She's a director. She's a very good actress.
I'm wondering why would he take your pictures. I mean, he tried to exploit you. From what you're saying, he exploited you. And after exploiting you, he took your pictures against your wishes. And then he shared it with another actor. You're saying it was a senior actor in the Malayalam film industry. He was talking to her. He was chatting with her. And he shared your pictures with her.
Yeah, that's right.
And did you object to it? What did he tell you then?
No, it's not about objection. It's about, I was also, he also naked. I was also naked. And he talking something, he said that somehow, the boys, the handsome, the things, and you are very, very good. Unfortunately, you have become a boy, unfortunately, because your body figure, your face, everything very, very similar to a girl. And I'm really happy, and I wanted to share to my friend. That's what he said. And that actress, she already seen my picture. He taking a picture, he showed me that picture which he took. And I don't know why I said why you are taking picture. I'm not agree with that. Just imagine, I don't have any friends or I don't have anyone in Bangalore in the late night, and I have no shelter, and I'm already drunk, and nobody knows that I'm in that room because illegally I went to that hotel room. So I don't have any voice to ignore it. Why you are taking pictures? Why you do this? Because the situation made me to have whatever things that I did. That's all. And that I already talk about that the actresses which she's acted in Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, all the languages she's acted, and she now reacted with some channel or some media that I didn't see any pictures.
Sajir, what did you do about this? I mean, did you complain to someone? Did you go to the police? Did you file a complaint with the film industry? What did you do about this?
See, the age of 21, and I have no idea about the film industry people. I have only the idea which Ranjit given me the number. I'm first time in my life, first time I'm going with a person, and it is completely, it's very new to me. And after this incident, that morning I wake up, he was certainly saying that I wanted to go. I'm ready. I got to go now. I have very busy with something else, and I want to go some function or something. How much money you want? Just imagine a person is came to act a movie and getting a chance. These all the hopes that made me to go to Bangalore, and this it was very shocking me and hunting me. He asking how much money you want. Just imagine that is really made me sad. I talked to him that why you do this to me? You're just giving me so many hopes and so many things. Then now you're asking me how much money you want. Is that I'm not a prostitute? I'm not a call boy, or I'm not something like that. Then anyway, I'm coming to the point. I just went back to Calicut. After 2-3 days, I sent him a message repeatedly. There is no response. And one day I got a message that don't send me or don't call me any messages on this number. And I am legit white. This was about 11 years ago, if I'm not wrong, or 12 years ago, correct? Exactly.
You wouldn't have any messages or anything from back then, right? Would you?
Unfortunately, that time there is no WhatsApp chat. Nothing. I hope you understand.
No, I understand. And but what I also understand right now is that there is a second case against Ranjit based on your complaint. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. Yesterday, a special team from Cochin, IPS officer Aishwarya Dongre, and some of them came, and they clearly statement took what happened exactly to me and what are the things. And after all, I tried to approach a guy who's from film industry in AMMA coordinator, whose name is Idavela Babu. The person also trying, the way of he talking, the way of his chatting, everything was clearly seen that he is also interested in boys.
Okay,
so
and when you hear
this is what happened exactly.
Sajir, when you hear about, because
Sorry?
When you look at all the different complaints that are now coming out, there's a report which details that this was not just isolated. It was happening rampantly, and people knew about it. People did not do anything about it. Are you surprised? Did you know about any such instances other than this? Are you surprised with what's happening?
No, actually, I'm a person who when I was going to Ranjit, in that hotel room, and that period, I was studying in a cabin crew, diploma in cabin crew. So at the same time, I was really, I'm so passionate, ambitious to working with any film. I was acted a movie. The incident happened before that. I was acted a movie in Malayalam called Notebook, and after that, I didn't get any chance or any opportunity. So I was still trying to get any opportunity anyway. So this is what made me to go with Ranjit and the Idavela Babu. Those things, everything happened only because of my dream. I wanted to act a one movie at least. But unfortunately, bad luckily, I'm a victim, or I am used with the people they used their dignity or their designation in a very bad way.
Yeah, it really, how do I say it? It's really sad how this was happening rampantly. And Sajir has complained. He's spoken out. He's given out different interviews. And based on his complaint, there is a second case that has been filed against Kerala director Ranjit based on his version, that is Sajir's version. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 15 minutes, Sajir has been speaking. He was passionate about joining the film industry in Kerala, what is called Mollywood, and he wanted to work in the Malayalam film industry, and he was exploited. He was exploited because he had dreams of acting in the Malayalam film industry, and he met director, I beg your pardon, Ranjit in a hotel room, and he's gone on to detail how he was exploited by Ranjit. And why do you think everyone is silent in this particular case, Sajir? Why do you think all top actors are silent? You think they also have a role? They also have an episode?
Of course, the film industry, AMMA, it's called that. I hope you know about AMMA. AMMA is the film people who are made it a group or something like the community. But nobody, still 3 days I already complained raised. No one from film industry, especially Parvati, the lady, the lady who has opened up all the things. She also not approached me. No one's approached me unless the legal, police team and special branch, everyone approached me. So many social media comments I got it, but no one still had contacted me because of I feel that actress name which when I reveal it, that actress name could be Parvati Thiruvath. Why she's silent, I don't know. She is always support everyone who were having a problem, who were having such an incidents or facing some molestation or abusation, anything. I really, I always appreciate that lady who was coming up and to come, to support or engaging for the Hema Committee and all. But until now, nobody called me regarding this. And still, I'm asking if Ranjit can say sorry to me at that age of 20. He abused me. He can even still have a 10 years time to say sorry and giving a chance to the movie. It might will not be controversial.
You've never spoken to him after that, is it? He never responded to you?
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, and the same time, he never, I tried to message him, that's what I said. He sent a message to that he would, don't call me or don't send me any message. I am Ranjit's wife. So I am very sure, damn sure, that is not Ranjit's wife, it's a Ranjit only. So this is what, and why now people are now speaking up, and before that everyone's scared about.
Can I ask you one last question? Sajir, can I ask you a last question? Why do you think political parties are also defending leaders with links or actors with political links or whoever CPIM card, CPIM membership? Why do you think they're shielding Mukesh, for example?
Unfortunately, the political parties, political things, I have no idea. I have no comments about that. But still, Mukesh and Idavela Babu and talking about Ranjit, these all peoples have a very clear evidence with the people who are coming to that complaint. Everyone have I have evidence that Idavella Babu will talk to me and chat me something. So I already shown to that investigation team. And the same time, the political parties and cinema industry, they might have a connection with. They might have they high-fly socialites. Everyone have a connection with the film industry people. Might be this action will taken. Maybe it will get late. I already knows about before 6 years that case of molestation of actor Dilip. Still, that lady, the victim, never get the justice right now. Still, she didn't get any justice. So this case will be go the same flow. I don't think I will get a justice. I just asking, get a justice, give the right path, and never do this to any people who are wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
So myself, I really sad. It is haunting me a lot of years, and I really hope my experience will be change the community and change these people's mind, and anything will be changed.
Thank you very much.
That's all
Sajir, thank you, and we hope that you get justice as well. Thank you for speaking in great detail on Republic TV. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You just heard Sajir, ladies and gentlemen, just one of the many people who've spoken out at great length to explain the ordeal that they went through. These were budding artists, budding actors, people within the industry who were exploited over the years. And despite the film body in Kerala knowing about these instances, these cases, they did nothing about it for years together. Years of sexual harassment, sexual assault in some cases. We had a case of sexual assault that was reported on Republic TV a couple of days ago when a junior artist spoke out, and we at Republic TV will get you more voices on the Mollywood sex scandal. That's it on this edition of This Is Exclusive. Thank you for joining us. Headlines continue. Stay tuned.
The heartbeat of India's startup revolution, Bengaluru, is about to light up. With 20 visionaries and 4 insightful panels, uncover how the Union Budget 2024 shakes our emerging economy. Decode the impact only on Republic Digital Roundtable, Edition 1, Decoding the Budget Blueprint for Startups 2024, exclusively on Republic Digital.
Jaishankar snubbed Pakistan again today, a day after Pakistan invited Narendra Modi to the SCO summit in Islamabad. Jaishankar's exact words, he said that the era of uninterrupted talks with Pakistan is over.
I think the era of uninterrupted dialogue with Pakistan is over. Actions have consequences.
So many times, viewers, we have told the Pakistanis, we will not talk to you, don't come to us, don't embarrass yourself. Aren't you ashamed of the way in which you are behaving? But Pakistan, however, for some reason, refuses to get our message. We have refused their offer for talks as recently as 2023. We ruled out in May this year even bilateral cricket ties with them. We told them, we don't want to talk to you, we don't want to play with you, at least not on your soil. Or on our soil, no bilateral cricket as well. When that funny and very immature fellow Bilawal Bhutto came to Goa for an SC.
Hello there, good to be back. Hope you are all doing great. Over the weekend, it's time to go deep into stories that happened through the week but went as a blip because you did not have time. Picking up only one this week, which is a story in perpetual motion. A headache for India, a migraine for the world. There was a massive serial attack in 8 places across Balochistan province of Pakistan on August 26, killing 40, including security personnel. the Baloch Liberation Army, BLA, that claimed responsibility, said it was marking the 18th anniversary of the killing of their leader Nawab Akbar Bukti by the Pakistani state in 2006. Surprising that the Pak security establishment lowered its guard, as the anniversary carries an annual threat. But other things are happening in Pakistan as well. It makes us wonder if Pakistan is imploding, collapsing. Over the next few years, is Pakistan going to vanish as we know it today? I'm going to read some tea leaves for you. That's our only focus this weekend. Let's get started. This week saw a series of bombings and suicide attacks across Balochistan, rattling the Pakistani state. A befuddled Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, dashed to Quetta with half a dozen of his top ministers to take stock of the situation. He termed the attacks as aimed at driving a wedge between Islamabad and Beijing, between Pakistan and China. The attacks came on the back of a month-long civil disobedience movement that has seen mass protests, blockades and strikes by Balochistan independence activists through much of the province, but specifically in Gwadar, a port town developed by Pakistan with Chinese economic and military assistance. Balochis resent the Pakistani state's exploitative relationship with their resources-rich province, much like the Bengalis of the then East Pakistan did with the Punjabi West Pakistan, leading to the emergence of Bangladesh in 1971. The insurgency has been going on for decades, led by the famous tribes of Buktis and Maris, among others. But what has changed recently is the shaping up of a civil society resistance that is largely non-violent and is led by the educated middle class. Mehran Baloch represents that face of this resistance. The Pakistani state, specifically the Pakistan Army, is clueless on how to deal with this. Mass mobilization that has the veneer of constitutional civil disobedience within the framework of legitimate human rights challenges the state's narrative of normalcy, at the same time prevents a massive crackdown. While the violent bombings and similar attacks get a kinetic response, the Pakistani state has shown itself to be lacking in intellectual bandwidth to deal with what Mehran and her supporters have achieved. This even as two parallel violent movements are on in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa provinces by Balochis and Pashtuns respectively. There are increasing signs that the two movements are coordinating their moves, both blessed by the Taliban from across the Durand line. The Afghans, of course, want access to sea through Balochistan. The fact that Balochistan state government banned entry of Pashtun leader Manzoor Pashtun, who heads the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, PTM, into Balochistan shows the two movements could be working in tandem at some level. There's a massive mobilization happening for a national jirga or tribal council of Pashtuns in October this year, and the Pakistani state is watching with trepidation. In March this year, a suicide bombing near Dasu Dam project in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa killed 5 Chinese workers. The convoy was moving through the Karakoram highway, which connects China to Pakistan via the Pak-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, as part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The CPEC, itself part of the large Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, the reimagined New World Silk Route of Xi Jinping's fancy. The Pakistani Taliban took responsibility of the deadly ambush, and Taliban, we know, is a Pashtun group. 2 Pakistan citizens also perished in the attack. In a measure of how scared the Pakistanis are of Chinese anger, a compensation of $2.5 million or roughly 10 crore Pakistani rupees was announced as ex gratia for the families of the killed Chinese. The compensation for its own Pakistani citizens was $9,000 or less than rupees 10 lakhs. Imagine the pathetic levels of self-respect. In a sign that the Baloch and the Pashtun are coordinating, same day, March 26, saw a suicide attack on Pakistan naval base in Turbat in Balochistan, which is used for securing Chinese assets, including the Gwadar port. The BLA claimed responsibility for the attack. Recently, a Pak army release mentioned how its troops were carrying out almost 100 intelligence-based operations daily as part of its fight against terrorism. Remember the famous Hillary Clinton quote, "You can't keep snakes in your backyard and expect them only to bite your neighbors. Eventually, those snakes are going to turn on whoever has them in the backyard." Clinton had said, with Pak Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Khan by her side in Islamabad sometime in 2011. This time, however, things were different. Islamabad sensed the dragon would breathe fire. Breaching protocols, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif rushed to the Chinese embassy in Islamabad to express condolences, where it is believed he was given an earful by the ambassador. An angry China issued a strong statement of reprimand, which was enough for the Rawalpindi generals to put in place an all-out military operation. Operation Azm-e-Istikam. Only this week, the Pak government made an allocation of rupees 10,000 crores, more than $500 million if you convert Pakistani rupees, for Azm-e-Istikam. Now, why is this important? Pakistan's economy is struggling. It's on a life support. Also this week, Sharif government has been forced to right-size 82 departments and agencies that would be merged or abolished to reduce them to 40. There's a complete ban on the purchase of new vehicles except for ambulances by the government. The government also has decided to eliminate 150,000 public sector jobs permanently. In 2022, Pakistan budgeted $22.8 billion by way of foreign assistance and fundraise, but could manage just about 10.8 billion only. In 2023, it budgeted $17.4 billion, against which it could realize only 9.8 billion. This year, 2024, the target is $19.39 billion, but it is already struggling. These are the same years when the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, has been holding talks for a $7 billion dole to Pakistan, but desisting from releasing the funds. It's like Tariq pe Tariq. IMF was supposed to discuss final disbursal of the emergency loan on Friday. That is yesterday, but it deferred it to next week or next month. You know why? Pakistan's friends, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and most significantly China, did not send letters supporting a debt restructuring of their individual loans that would have made IMF release the tranche. The so-called friends are wary of third round of rollover of debt. Bear with me as I quote extensively from an editorial in the Pakistani newspaper Dawn of August 26. It said, "A friend in need is a friend indeed, and China, Saudi Arabia and the UAE have helped last couple of years to avert sovereign default. Of late though, they appear to be a bit hesitant to lend a helping hand as promptly. Little wonder these nations have not yet intimated the IMF of their decision to roll over their combined existing debt of $12 billion for another year." This is said to be one of the reasons the fund removed Pakistan from the agenda of its August 30 Executive Board meeting, where it was expected to sign off on the recently concluded staff-level agreement for a new bailout package of $7 billion over the next 37 months. The Dawn edit further says that the experience of dealing with the IMF and the bilateral lenders during the last few years underlines Pakistan's decreasing geopolitical influence that was once considered sure insurance for significant financing from a range of Western and Arab lenders and donors whenever required. Today, we find ourselves in a situation where Sri Lanka was a year ago after it declared bankruptcy. For the last 3 years, our foreign policy has revolved around just one point: how to borrow and from where to borrow. The situation has become untenable. It is time we tried to change and stand on our feet rather than look outside for charity. Ends the pensive editorial. Charity? Have you forgotten the Katora Khan memes? Not in jest, but seriously, there was this report recently that said that up to 90% of those caught begging in Saudi Arabia, UAE and Qatar happen to be of Pakistani origin, happen to be Pakistani citizens. Not just that, a majority of pickpockets around the Grand Mosque in Mecca happen to be the Pakistanis. And both the Saudi and Emirati ambassadors raised it with Pakistani authorities in Islamabad. The issue got discussed in Pakistan's National Assembly amid some shame, prompting the Sharif government to cancel 2,000 passports that happen to be of professional beggars traveling as far as Japan in some cases. Imagine the pathetic levels of self-respect. Irrespective of whether Pakistan defaults and goes bankrupt or is rescued by its friends, today it has surrendered a good measure of its sovereignty to China. Just hypothetically, if Pakistan were a corporate entity, the Chinese could buy a controlling stake if they converted their debt to equity. Not that they don't already. Only this month, Sharif said that while repairing relations with America is important, it cannot be at the expense of the Chinese. That was on August 4. He had written a letter to China just a couple of days before, requesting the debt rollover. Pakistan's finance minister followed it up with a personal visit to Beijing to somehow cajole the Chinese. It's August end already. The Pakistanis are still awaiting a response. Ditto for Saudis. With the Beijing and Riyadh assurances not materializing, Pakistan has been forced to open talks with private banks in the UAE this week for $4 billion worth of loans to tide over the crisis. So much for the deepest friendship and the Ummah. Ultimately, it's about everyone realizing that Pakistan is no more a good bet. It's a default economy and a failed state, or very close to becoming both. There is a message in the timing of the Baluchistan bombings. They happened a day before Pakistan gave its highest military honor, Nishan-e-Imtiaz, to the People's Liberation Army Ground Forces Chief Commander Lee Chiao-ming, who was in Islamabad to receive the medal. The Baloch see the Chinese as enablers of exploitation by the Pakistani state. In one of the August 26 incidents, 23 laborers of Punjabi origin were gunned down after their bus was cordoned by the Baloch insurgents. They were headed to some Chinese projects along the CPEC, which, by the way, has tapered off in terms of investments. Originally billed to be $65 billion, total investments are stuck at $25 billion, and the Pakistanis are paying through their nose even for those owing to built-in debt. Chinese have realized that the Pakistanis cannot handle security of CPEC projects and its citizens. They have lost at least 19 of their nationals in the last couple of years. This, despite Pakistan allocating a division strength of soldiers to guard CPEC, the expenses for which are built into project costs. After the Dasu attack, the Chinese helped Pakistan Army raise a special protection unit, bankrolling its training and weapons just to protect Chinese citizens in Islamabad. A similar special protection unit is being raised for securing Chinese nationals in Baluchistan. Chinese nationals usually move between cities in bulletproof vehicles with a police escort. All the shops and roadside restaurants close along the 5 to 6 kilometer long distance whenever the Chinese travel from the port to the airport, for example, in Gwadar. I'm quoting Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson. China is ready to further strengthen counter-terrorism security cooperation with the Pakistani side in order to jointly maintain regional peace and security. Lin Jian, the spokesperson, told a regular news briefing a day after the attacks in March. China is already providing money for the capacity upgrade of Pakistani security apparatus, all built into the CPEC projects, of course. Are we far from China deciding to have boots on the ground? I'm not sure. But where's any sovereignty left for Pakistan anyway? Imagine. This is not to show Pakistan as a victim. If anything, Pakistan finds itself in a mess of its own making, a pit it dug for itself. This has happened due to a philosophy of the Pakistani ruling elite. Close watchers of Pakistan in the global geostrategic community have a phrase for the philosophy: sleep with anyone so long as you can harm India. This show has earlier pointed out how it was no coincidence that terror attacks spiked in Jammu immediately after Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Beijing in June. Imagine, a whole country was given to them in 1947, and the mess they have created out of it. It's turned into a rootless wonder. Pakistan's history textbooks still teach of the nation abruptly emerging from an Arab raid in Sindh led by Muhammad bin Qasim in 712 CE, Common Era. Pakistani children are taught that Pakistan as a nation has its roots in deserts of ancient Arabia, that its founder was an Arab called MBQ, Muhammad bin Qasim, not Muhammad Ali Jinnah. This struggle for identity and consequent insecurities proved a fertile ground for dictators and generals to fashion the Pakistani state as an appendage to the general headquarters. As the adage goes, nations have armies. In the case of Pakistan, army has a nation. Islamization went out of control. General Zia-ul Haq's children morphed into a hydra-headed terror factory with 80 national or international proscribed terrorist organizations in Pakistan at last count. 44 of them are active, with just about half a dozen against India, rest all against Pakistan itself. Between Islam and hate for India, the Pakistani army created a space for itself which has become self-perpetuating. It is likely that the terror spike in Jammu is aimed at eliciting an Indian military response. I'll explain to you why. Because if you look at it, narrative-wise, the Pakistan army is losing everything. Not that it has ever won a war, but at least it controlled the narrative till recently. Imran Khan experiment has put paid to that control also. Having failed to nail down the Khan, despite his incarceration, in good measure owing to the internet era that Pakistan army cannot control, the generals were twiddling their thumbs when the Baluchistan and Pakhtunkhwa movements have picked up steam. In an unheard of development this month only, a former ISI chief has been arrested and is facing a court-martial. General Faiz Hamid was picked up while having a halal drink in the Rawalpindi officers' mess. In the Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, we had recently shown how there's a strong resistance to entry of Pakistani soldiers in many pockets. POJK is reverberating with Azadi calls. Hum kya chahte Azadi from Pakistan. At least in one instance, India's flag was flown in a rally. One leader was heard of merging POJK with India. In this backdrop, an Indian surgical strike would have again created a groundswell of support in favor of Pakistan army as the only savior of the state and its people. Thankfully, India has not obliged this time. I mentioned earlier how Pakistani beggars in Mecca and Dubai are a big issue. Pakistan has a population of 230 million, out of which 38 million are professional beggars, with a national average income of 850 rupees every day. That's a report quoted in the newspaper Dawn. These beggars reportedly receive anything between rupees 3,000 to 3,200 crores daily in charitable contributions, totaling approximately 100 lakh crores plus annually. In dollars, this equates to $42 billion. Imagine, this is 6 times more than what Pakistan is asking from the IMF. Imagine, Pakistan's beggars could bail out its economy. But then, this is in jest. It is to the misfortune of India that we have to put up with a neighbor like that. Even good fences do not make for a good neighbor. It costs about rupees 2 crores per kilometer to create those steel barbed wire fences with floodlights across Pakistan-India 3,000 kilometer long border. That's about rupees 6,000 crores India spends to keep Pakistan at bay. You know why Pakistan does not need to put up a fence of its own? Just psychologically. They don't want a fence, not because they are a good neighbor, but because they are happy infiltrating and exporting terrorists and drugs and fake currency and mayhem into India. Let Pakistan broil in its own broth. Godspeed to them. Not long before, the snakes in the backyard that Hillary Clinton mentioned are going to get back, possibly over the next decade or even earlier. They might cannibalize the innards of society. In some ways, it already has. India just needs to be patient. What kind of Pakistan would come out of the implosion? We don't know at this stage. From the moth-eaten Pakistan that Jinnah got, it might get reduced to a Punjabi Sindhi rump state, with other provinces splintering, Baluch, Pashtun, and of course Kashmir. Some say the India-hating Punjabi Pakistan with its terror factories in Balakot and Muridke would still be around. So what's the point? One, we are not doing anything. It's happening on its own. Two, we will cross the bridge when it comes. Thanks for watching.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
नहीं सर, स्ट्रेस नहीं है। तो मुझे बहुत ही खुशी है कि इतनी छोटी उम्र में, इतने छोटे समय में मैं पैरालंपिक में खेलूंगी। और ये बहुत खुशी की बात है सर कि इतनी छोटी समय में और मैंने इतनी छोटी उम्र में मैं खेल रही हूँ यहाँ पे पैरालंपिक्स में। यस सर, मेरी तैयारी बहुत ही अच्छी चल रही है, ट्रेनिंग भी बहुत अच्छी चल रही है सर। और मेरा लक्ष्य यही है कि मैं अपना देश का तिरंगा यहाँ पे लहराऊं, अपना जो एंथम यहाँ पे बजाऊं। सर मेरा यही लक्ष्य है और इससे बढ़कर सर मेरा कुछ नहीं है।
Is Pakistan beginning to pay the charges of its own follies? Have the chickens come home to roost and the snakes in the backyard starting to cannibalize the innards of its society? Are we seeing an implosion that would reduce Pakistan into a Punjabi rump and a few other independent states? Join me at this weekend as I read some tea leaves on Pakistan for you on Get Me Right, only on Republic.
Director, the taste of success.
Jaishankar snubbed Pakistan again today, a day after Pakistan invited Narendra Modi to the SCO summit in Islamabad. Jaishankar's exact words. He said that the era of uninterrupted talks with Pakistan is over.
I think the era of uninterrupted dialogue with Pakistan is over. Actions have consequences.
So many times, viewers, we have told the Pakistanis, we will not talk to you, don't come to us, don't embarrass yourself. Aren't you ashamed of the way in which you are behaving? But Pakistan, however, for some reason, refuses to get our message. We have refused their offer for talks as recently as 2023. We ruled out in May this year even bilateral cricket ties with them. We told them, we don't want to talk to you, we don't want to play with you, at least not on your soil. Or on our soil, no bilateral cricket as well. When that funny and very, very immature fellow Bilawal Bhutto came to Goa for an SCO meeting in 2023, he took himself so seriously, the poor fellow, that he tried to initiate a bilateral dialogue in Goa. Even then, Jaishankar pulled him up nice and proper. But every 2 weeks now, every 2 weeks, directly, indirectly, the Pakistanis are putting in an application to New Delhi. Please have some kind of
Is Pakistan beginning to pay the charges of its own follies? Have the chickens come home to roost? And the snakes in the backyard starting to cannibalize the innards of its society? Are we seeing an implosion that would reduce Pakistan into a Punjabi rump and a few other independent states? Join me at this weekend as I read some tea leaves on Pakistan for you on Get Me Right, only on Republic.
The heartbeat of India's startup revolution, Bengaluru, is about to light up. With 20 visionaries and 4 insightful panels, uncover how the Union Budget 2024 shakes our emerging economy. Decode the impact only on Republic Digital Roundtable, Edition 1, Decoding the Budget Blueprint for Startups 2024, exclusively on Republic Digital.
नहीं सर, स्ट्रेस नहीं है। तो मुझे बहुत ही खुशी है कि इतनी छोटी उम्र में, इतनी छोटे समय में मैं पैरालंपिक में खेलूंगी। और ये बहुत खुशी की बात है सर कि इतनी छोटी समय में और मैंने इतनी छोटी उम्र में मैं खेल रही हूँ यहाँ पे पैरालंपिक्स में। यस सर, मेरी तैयारी बहुत ही अच्छी चल रही है, ट्रेनिंग भी बहुत अच्छी चल रही है सर। और मेरा लक्ष्य यही है कि मैं अपना देश का तिरंगा यहाँ पे लहराऊं, अपना जो एंथम यहाँ पे बजाऊं सर, मेरा यही लक्ष्य है। और इससे बढ़कर सर मेरा कुछ नहीं है।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Very good evening and thank you for tuning in. You're watching live and breaking at 8 p.m. I'm Suesha Sawant. We take a quick check of all the stories that have made news through the day. A quick look at the headlines first up. CPIM backs Mukesh despite the grave sexual harassment allegation, says there is no need for him to resign. More and more actors narrate their ordeal as Hema Committee Report exposes Mollywood.
न्याय संहिता की सोच नागरिकों को सजा देगा। एक और महिलाओं और बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले अपराधों पर सख्त कानून बने हैं।
Prime Minister raises concerns about women's safety, says there is a need for more proactive measures.
Justice for
National capital to Kolkata. Relentless fight for justice continues. Mamta's political protests claim falls flat.
ये योगी जी के चाइनीज रेप्लिका है। ये चाहते हैं कि भाई पूरी तरीके से जो है माहौल जो है बिगड़े।
Uproar over Tejashwi Yadav's Chinese version remark against Hemanta. BJP says racist mindset exposed. Election Commission revises polling and counting dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. Breaking news coming in. West Bengal Governor met Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal. CV Ananda Bose surprised the Union Minister about the prevailing situation in West Bengal under Mamata Banerjee's regime and how protests have been escalating, demanding safety for doctors, demanding safety for women. CV Ananda Bose, who has been meeting several union ministers, he also met with President Murmu and also with Union Home Minister Amit Shah. In the latest, he met with Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal, where he apprised him of the situation on the lack of law and order in West Bengal. Mahima joining us on the broadcast to take us through the details of this meeting. Over to you, Mahima.
देखिए, राज्यपाल सीवी आनंद बोस की मुलाकात हुई है कानून मंत्री अर्जुन राम मेघवाल से। आज की अगर बात करें, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से प्रोटेस्ट लगातार किया जा रहा है, न्याय की मांग करते हुए इस वक्त वो नजर आ रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ हम देख रहे हैं कि जो फोरम डॉक्टर्स है वो भी आज पहुंचे थे सीजीओ ऑफिस के बाहर और उन्होंने भी ये मांग की कि जितने भी आरोपी है सभी के सभी आरोपियों को पकड़ा जाए। इससे पहले आपने देखा राज्यपाल सीवी आनंद बोस ने केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह को रिपोर्ट सौंपी और इस वक्त कानून की व्यवस्था क्या है पश्चिम बंगाल में उसकी जानकारी देते हुए भी नजर आए थे। पश्चिम बंगाल की मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी को लेकर के भी आपने देखा किस तरह की टिप्पणी लगातार की जा रही है, लेकिन ताजा तस्वीरें इस वक्त जो सामने आई वो आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि अभी अर्जुन राम मेघवाल की मुलाकात हुई है यहाँ पर सीवी आनंद बोस से और यहाँ पर फिलहाल पश्चिम बंगाल में हालात क्या है, कानून व्यवस्थाएं कैसी है और किस तरह से इस पूरे मामले को लेकर जांच पड़ताल की जा रही है। इस पूरे मामले को लेकर सीवी आनंद बोस और अर्जुन राम मेघवाल के बीच बातचीत हुई है। केंद्र सरकार, मोदी सरकार लगातार अलर्ट मोड पर और मोदी सरकार एक एक जानकारी ले रही है कि इस वक्त किस तरह से व्यवस्थाएं कानून की पश्चिम बंगाल में है और इस केस में कैसे सभी के सभी आरोपियों को जल्दी से जल्दी पकड़ा जाए। और अब अर्जुन राम मेघवाल की मुलाकात राज्यपाल सीवी आनंद बोस से काफी ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण मानी जा रही है और इस मुलाकात को भी कई मायनों में देखा जा रहा है क्योंकि जो मुलाकात हुई है, मीटिंग हुई है, ये खास है। लेकिन अभी पश्चिम बंगाल की अगर बात करें, क्योंकि हम ग्राउंड पर है, कोलकाता में है, यहाँ पर स्थिति अभी भी वैसी की वैसी है। जितने भी डॉक्टर्स है, बीजेपी के जितने भी प्रोटेस्ट यहाँ पर किया जा रहा है, उनकी तरफ से साफ तौर पर बात कही जा रही है कि सबूतों के साथ छेड़छाड़ की गई और अभी भी आरोपियों को यहाँ पर बचाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। जी।
Oh yes, absolutely, Mahima, and we also ought to see what happens from here on because Prime Minister Narendra Modi also reiterated on that pressing message when it comes to safety of women, batting for stronger measures to be taken in the future. In that sense, the centre is really now looking into not just the situation in Kolkata, but also by and large what is happening when it comes to women's safety. But CV Ananda Bose meeting with several union ministers, what's expected with regards to the Arjikar investigation? All right, not too sure if Mahima is still connected with us, but she took us through the details of that meeting that happened, the pictures of which you see on your screens right now. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose met with Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal at his residence, where he apprised him of the situation that is ongoing in West Bengal. Not only is it the lack of law and order, but also the escalating protests and the growing demand for Mamata Banerjee's resignation that continues to be at the fore, with not just the opposition, but even civil society members, doctors and people from all walks of life making that demand. As we shift focus, a new name that has emerged in the Abhaya rape and murder horror probe, it is Dr. Avik Dey. The AMMA has raised glaring questions about his presence at the crime scene on the 9th of August. Furthermore, Mamata Banerjee, who has been facing heat from the BJP and Congress so far over her letter to the centre regarding speedy justice for rape and assault victims, has been countered yet again. Here's that report.
There is no end to the skeletons stumbling out in the probe of Kolkata rape and murder case. Archikar keeps making it to the headlines for all the wrong reasons. This time, yet another name has surfaced. And yet again, it is an aide of Archikar ex-principal Sandeep Ghosh. Avik, a student at SSKM, was at Archikar. A viral photo of Avik Dey at the crime scene on 9th of August is now making headlines. This comes shortly after DC Kolkata Police Indira Mukherjee claimed that there were only police officials and forensic team present at the crime scene. Abhaya's parents had earlier sparked suspicion about a man in red whose presence at the scene was unwarranted. The same Avik Dey was also seen with the doctors during the press conference on the fateful night of 9th of August. The Indian Medical Association has hit out with big questions. The IMA raised glaring questions over Avik's expertise as a fingerprint expert. They further called on the CBI to seek more details regarding Avik's presence at the crime scene. Meanwhile, the BJP has come down heavily on Mamata.
जब से ये केस शुरू हुआ है उसमें हमने देखा है कि किस प्रकार से माता पिता को मिसलीड किया गया, किस प्रकार से सुसाइड थियरी दी गई, किस प्रकार से सबूत नष्ट करने की कोशिश की गई। और अब तो ऑडियो टेप्स भी आ चुके हैं कि हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट ने, वही हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट जिसको ममता बनर्जी का संरक्षण प्राप्त था, जिसके प्रिंसिपल को प्रमोट किया गया, उसने माता पिता को कैसे गुमराह करने की कोशिश की गई। क्या इसके बाद भी ममता बनर्जी जिम्मेदारी नहीं उठाएंगी? उल्टा ममता बनर्जी जिस प्रकार से धमकी दे रही है और कोलकाता की पुलिस जिस प्रकार से बर्ताव कर रही है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि ममता बनर्जी न्याय नहीं, केवल और केवल बलात्कारी बचाव के अभियान में लगी हुई है।
The Bengal CM in her letter stated that the centre needs to bring more stringent laws in place. The massive uprising against the Mamata government continues. Back-to-back letters and growing political tussle. The question is, will there be justice for Abhaya?
And while the centre responded to Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee after her second letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking stringent laws on rape cases by slamming her for attempting to cover up delays. Now, in that letter to Mamata Banerjee, Union Women and Child Development Minister Annapurna Devi said that the Bengal government had not operationalized an additional 11 fast-track special courts to deal with cases of rape and sexual assault against children. Here's that report.
A letter versus letter war has officially broken out between the centre and Mamata. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee wrote a second letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The letter reiterates her requests for stringent central legislation and exemplary punishment on heinous crimes like rape and murder. Mamata's India ally Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary minced no words and slammed the Bengal Chief Minister.
शुरू से ही राज्यों की पुलिस सूबे की सरकार की मदद से और अपराधियों को बचाने के लिए सरकार के खिलाफ कोई सवाल ना उठे, सरकार को कोई दोष ना दे, इससे मद्देनजर शुरू से ही ये छानबीन में बड़े पैमाने पे गड़बड़ी करने की कोशिश की गई। अभी जब सीबीआई आ गए तो ममता जी खुद पल्ला झाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ममता जी पल्ला क्यों झाड़ रही है? अब आपको अगर दिल में सच्चाई की भावना हो और पीड़ित के प्रति आपकी कोई सहानुभूति रही तो आप जाके सीबीआई से मिले, पुलिस को कहे कि हम तो सारे सबूतों इकट्ठा कर ही रहे थे, आप हमसे मदद लो, चलो मिलके हम अपराधी को पकड़े और फांसी में लटकाएं।
Mamata took to social media platform X to inform the public about her second letter. She mentioned how she received no response from the centre despite already having written a letter. She also spoke about how apparently 10 POCSO courts, 88 fast-track courts and 62 other POCSO designated courts have been operationalized by Bengal. This time the centre did reply but hit out at Mamata. The centre asserted that existing laws were stringent enough to tackle violence and crimes against women. In a second letter to Mamata Banerjee in a week, Union Minister for Women and Child Development Annapurna Devi urged the West Bengal government to implement the same in letter and in spirit. Annapurna Devi further went on to claim that the information contained in the West Bengal Chief Minister's letter was factually incorrect. Devi also went on to suggest that the aims to cover up delays in the operationalization of fast-track special courts in the state of West Bengal. Hitting out at Mamata, Devi mentioned the state government has not operationalized additional 11 fast-track special courts to specifically deal with cases of rape and POCSO. The BJP also came down heavily upon the Mamata-led TMC government.
बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और कहे कि मैं शर्मसार हूँ, मेरी सरकार ने संरक्षण दिया है, मैं और मेरे लोग इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं, क्यों जो पुलिस कमिश्नर के नाम से जो रजिस्ट्रेशन प्लेट है मोटरसाइकिल की, उसको लेकर संजय रॉय जिसने कितना जघन्य अपराध किया है वो उसको बाइक कैसे मिल जाती है? क्यों जो संदीप घोष है जिसका जो प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ कितने संगीन इल्ज़ाम है वो क्यों बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है? वो क्यों सुसाइड थ्योरी को प्रमोट कर रहा है? किस तरह से उग्र भीड़ आती है और किस तरह से सर्वर रूम में पहुंच जाती है और बाकायदा सबूतों को नष्ट करती है? तो बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और त्यागपत्र दे प्रधानमंत्री को, वो दुनिया भर की बातें कर रही हैं, हमारे कानून काफ़ी हैं, लेकिन जब पुलिस का अपराधीकरण हो जाता है तब बड़ा मुश्किल होता है सबूतों को जुटाना।
जब से ये केस शुरू हुआ है उसमें हमने देखा है कि किस प्रकार से माता पिता को मिसलीड किया गया, किस प्रकार से सुसाइड थियरी दी गई, किस प्रकार से सबूत नष्ट करने की कोशिश की गई, और अब तो ऑडियो टेप्स भी आ चुके हैं कि हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट ने, वही हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट जिसको ममता बनर्जी का संरक्षण प्राप्त था, जिसके प्रिंसिपल को प्रमोट किया गया, उसने माता पिता को कैसे गुमराह करने की कोशिश की गई। क्या इसके बाद भी ममता बनर्जी जिम्मेदारी नहीं उठाएंगी? उल्टा ममता बनर्जी जिस प्रकार से धमकी दे रही है और कोलकाता की पुलिस जिस प्रकार से बर्ताव कर रही है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि ममता बनर्जी न्याय नहीं, केवल और केवल बलात्कारी बचाव के अभियान में लगी हुई है। ममता बनर्जी को केवल एक लेटर लिखना चाहिए और वो होना चाहिए रेजिग्नेशन लेटर।
Evidence tampering. CBI versus Kolkata Police. Relentless quizzing. Letter versus letter. Growing political tussle. After all this, not only is Mamata evasive over RG Kaur rape and murder, the Bengal government has repeatedly unleashed its violent force on peaceful protesters. Will Abhaya finally get the justice she deserves?
On to more breaking news. After the Election Commission revised the poll dates for Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir results, And of course, Haryana BJP has now welcomed the Election Commission's decision for upholding the traditional beliefs of the people. For the very reason why this postponement has happened, the poll date for Haryana has been changed, and of course the counting date for both Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir results has also been changed. Let's listen into more reactions that have come in.
अच्छा एक डिसीजन किया गया है। अब 1 से लेकर के जो 5 तारीख तक थे वो हरियाणा के इलेक्शन होंगे, जम्मू कश्मीर का इलेक्शन वहीं स्टैंड करता है। और जो काउंटिंग की डेट है वो 4 से लेकर के 8 तक बढ़ाई गई है। स्वागत योग्य कदम है। मुझे लगता है कि जिन लोगों को इस कारण से, फेस्टिवल के कारण से मौका नहीं मिलता, आज उनको अच्छा एक डिसीजन किया गया है। अब 1 से लेकर के जो 5 तारीख तक थे वो हरियाणा के इलेक्शन होंगे, जम्मू कश्मीर का इलेक्शन वहीं स्टैंड करता है। और जो काउंटिंग की डेट है वो 4 से लेकर के 8 तक बढ़ाई गई है। स्वागत योग्य कदम है। मुझे लगता है कि जिन लोगों को इस कारण से, फेस्टिवल के कारण से मौका नहीं मिलता, आज उनको मौका मिला।
And moving on, as the Assam Assembly has now discontinued the 2-hour breaks provided on Fridays to facilitate Muslim legislators to offer namaz, the rule is all set to be implemented starting next session onwards. After Hemanta's tough talk, various key figures from the opposition have hit out at Hemanta Biswa Sarma. Here's a report.
In Assam, Chief Minister has taken yet another big step. The move to do away with 2-hour namaz breaks in the assembly.
हमारे विधानसभा का हिंदू मुसलमान सारे एमएलएज ने रूल कमेटी में बैठा और ये अनएनिमियसली रिजॉल्व किया कि हम लोगों का जो 2 घंटा का छुट्टी है वो हमें नहीं चाहिए, हम ये 2 घंटा भी काम करूँगा। ये जो प्रैक्टिस थे ये 1937 में शुरू हुए थे, कल से ये प्रैक्टिस को बंद कर दिया गया।
The move focuses on prioritized productivity and is doing away with existing colonial baggage. The minister cleared the heat, stating that Muslim MLAs were also present when this key decision was taken. The move has now triggered a fresh political storm.
असम में भी उनको हम कहेंगे, हुकूमत आए, हम उनसे कहेंगे कि ये चीज़ मत करिए। ये मुल्क जो है ये एकता में अनेकता है। यहाँ हर मज़हब है, हर ज़बान है, हर किस्म का तरीका है। आप तमिलनाडु लीजिए, कश्मीर लीजिए, बंगाल लीजिए, महाराष्ट्र लीजिए, कोई भी रियासत लीजिए, अलग अलग तरीके हैं। इसीलिए तो हिंदुस्तान फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है।
Indie leader Tejasvi Yadav resorted to making a controversial remark against the Assam chief minister.
देखिए, जो असम के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं वो सस्ती लोकप्रियता के लिए इस तरह से करते हैं। ये है कौन? ये केवल सस्ती लोकप्रियता चाहते हैं। और ये भाजपा के लोगों ने मुसलमान भाइयों को एक सॉफ्ट टारगेट बना लिया। कभी वक्फ बोर्ड का आ जाता है बिल, कभी सीए एनआरसी का आ जाता है बिल। किसी ना किसी प्रकार से ये माइनॉरिटी के लोगों को, अल्पसंख्यक को ये भाजपा के लोग तंग करना चाहते हैं, समाज में नफरत, घृणा पैदा कराना चाहते हैं।
The BJP has hit right back.
Indie Alliance says that we are for progressive rights of everybody. We are for Samvidhan Bachao. We are for Bharat Jodo. But the nature of the comments made by their leaders like Tejasvi Yadav, who compares elected popular Chief Minister of Assam, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, to Chinese version. Is he being called Chinese because he's from Northeast? This is a racist comment. Has the Atma of Sam Pitroda entered Tejasvi Yadav? Because Sam Pitroda also said this is an insult not just of Chief Minister of Assam, but of people of Assam and entire Northeast and India. Such racist comments should not be accommodated. Rahul Gandhi must tell us his stand on Tejasvi Yadav.
Hemanta has set the record straight once again. Then why is Indie playing politics over the progressive move?
Meanwhile, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, he praises on the Uniform Civil Court. He said that it will deliver justice to all. He also called it pro-constitutional. Listen in to what he said.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar hailed the Uniform Civil Court. He called it a constitutional ornament that will provide justice to all, especially women. Listen in to him.
Uniform Civil Code is a constitutional ornament. It is in directive principles. Supreme Court has severally held it is being delayed. But Uniform Civil Code that has been on the shelf for too long is a small measure of justice to your segment.
The Vice President said this during a session on the role of women in Viksit Bharat at Delhi University's Bharati College.
And well, the rot in Mollywood that is now under the lens of the police. More and more actors are speaking out, big names that have emerged. This in the aftermath of the Justice Hema Commission report that continues to haunt Mollywood. In a latest development, the State Secretariat of CPIM has also opined that there is no need for actor Mukesh to tender his resignation. Notably, there have been multiple allegations against the MLA and actor Mukesh. We're getting you all the details in this report.
MeToo storm continues to haunt Mollywood. Actors, directors, senior politicians. The rot in Mollywood is finally being exposed. This after the explosive charges brought to the fore by the Hema Commission report. Mahila Congress activists staged demonstrations in Kochi and Kollam demanding a comprehensive investigation to the Justice Hema Committee report. In an exclusive conversation with Republic, Tamil actress and politician Radhika Sharath Kumar revealed how she had caught hidden cameras in a Mollywood film set.
It happened with some common people who were sitting there from the unit. It didn't involve big names and all, but they were access to getting this. I'm only saying is people have to safeguard, the women's, they have to protect us.
हम वादा करते हैं और ये वो सस्टेन ग्रोथ है जो आगे भी जारी रहेगा। फ्रेंड्स, बीते वर्षों में भारतीयों के जीवन में हम बड़ा बदलाव लाने में सफल हुए हैं। हमारी सरकार ने भारत के करोड़ों करोड़ नागरिकों के जीवन को छुआ है। देश के नागरिकों को गुड गवर्नेंस देना ये हमारा संकल्प है। रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म, ट्रांसफॉर्म ये हमारा मंत्र रहा है और देश के लोग भी हमारे इस सेवा भाव को देख रहे हैं।
In a recent statement, BJP MP Jagdish Shettar accused Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah of hypocrisy and legal violations, alleging that Siddaramaiah's wife was allotted 14 sites in a manner contrary to regulations, which he claims constitutes a breach of law. Shettar hit out at Siddaramaiah for evading a response in the assembly when BJP and JDS presented an adjournment motion.
Siddaramaiah, Chief Minister of the Karnataka, always he is criticizing Modi's government and always criticizing the BJP. And what he stands, he has to understand the things. What he made the false regarding allotment of the sites is concerned, Muda. 14 sites have been allotted to his wife. It is completely against the law, against the rules, violation of the rules. So he is a culprit in that Muda case is concerned.
Prime Minister Modi virtually flagged off 3 Vande Bharat trains on 3 routes earlier today. He emphasized on the importance of railways for the development of southern India's Viksit Bharat initiative. Former JMM leader Lobin Hemrom, who recently joined the BJP, stated that his move will significantly impact the Santal and Kolhan regions of Jharkhand. Hemrom, who spent years strengthening the JMM, expressed dissatisfaction with the current state of the party, alleging it has transformed into a one-man JMM under Shibu Soren's leadership.
झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा के सुप्रीमो माननीय गुरुजी शिबू सोरेन जिन्होंने हमें अंगुली पकड़ करके राजनीति सिखाया था।
In a recent statement, PDP candidate Aga Muntazir Mehdi, running for Budgam constituency in J&K assembly polls, acknowledged the challenges and hardships of the campaign. He stated his commitment to voicing the concerns and aspirations of people, asserting that his focus is on reflecting grassroots sentiments.
No doubt in that, challenges are there, hardships are there, but one must be clear why one is taking a part or taking this responsibilities. As far I am concerned, I am very clear that I have to speak people's heart, people's mind, because people at the moment are seeking those voices that originate from the grassroots. They are not looking for those voices that are imposed on them, or those voices which are landed parachutely in Kashmir.
And while attending the National Conference of the District Judiciary in the National Capital, Prime Minister Modi addressed the issue of women's safety and security in the country. Prime Minister Modi said that there are growing cases of atrocities against women and children, and we need to make sure laws against such crimes are addressed. His statements come in the wake of protests against rape and murder of that resident doctor in Kolkata. Listen in.
न्याय संहिता की सोच नागरिकों को सजा देगा, यही एकमात्र नहीं है, लेकिन नागरिकों को सुरक्षा देना भी है। इसलिए एक और महिलाओं और बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले अपराधों पर सख्त कानून बने हैं। दूसरी ओर पहली बार मामूली अपराधों में सजा के तौर पर कम्युनिटी सर्विस का प्रावधान किया गया है। भारतीय साक्ष्य अधिनियम के तहत सबूत के तौर पर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और डिजिटल रिकॉर्ड को भी मान्यता मिली है। भारतीय नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता के तहत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोड में समन भेजने की व्यवस्था बनाई गई है। इससे न्यायपालिका पर पेंडिंग केसेस का बोझ भी कम होगा। मेरा आग्रह होगा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मार्गदर्शन में डिस्ट्रिक्ट जुडिशरी को इस नई व्यवस्था में ट्रेन करने के लिए नए इनिशिएटिव्स भी जरूरी है।
The heartbeat of India startup revolution, Bengaluru, is about to light up. With 20 visionaries and 4 insightful panels, uncover how the Union Budget 2024 shakes our emerging economy. Decode the impact only on Republic Digital Roundtable, Edition 1, Decoding the Budget Blueprint for Startups 2024, exclusively on Republic Digital.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Jaishankar snubbed Pakistan again today, a day after Pakistan invited Narendra Modi to the SCO summit in Islamabad. Jaishankar's exact words, he said that the era of uninterrupted talks with Pakistan is over.
I think the era of uninterrupted dialogue with Pakistan is over. Actions have consequences.
So many times, viewers, we have told Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has announced that there will be no 2-hour-long Jummah break on Friday for Muslim MLAs in Assam. The Muslim appeasement lobby is horrified. Why just MLAs? Should the entire country's Muslim community be given a 2 to 3 hour break every Friday? Since Rahul Gandhi and OAC believe in Muslim appeasement, maybe they should also ask all private companies. All of them should announce a quarter-day break for all Muslim employees every Friday. Play divide and rule. Divide Muslims from the rest of the Indian population and compete through such appeasement for the Muslim vote. This is wrong. This is impractical. This is divisive. And I'm glad that Himanta is ending this divide and rule policy. Fighting appeasement is what Himanta Biswa Sharma is doing. If you oppose, then remember one more thing, that there is no end to appeasement once you decide to do it.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
It's 8:30 p.m. I'm Pragya Bakshi Sharma reporting from the Noida studios of Republic TV, bringing you the top stories of the day, starting with Kerala, where Pinarayi Vijayan's government is facing flack for supporting MeToo accused actor and MLA Mukesh. We also earlier heard scathing allegations made by a complainant and survivor. More on that. Also going to another story from Assam, where Himanta Biswa Sharma has been under attack by opposition leaders like Tejashwi Yadav, making racist comments against Himanta for his decision to eradicate the colonial era law that allowed for 2-hour break in the assembly for namaz. More on that after the headlines. CPIM backs Mukesh despite the grave sexual harassment allegations, says there is no need for him to resign. More and more actors narrate their ordeal as Hema Committee Report exposes Mollywood.
न्याय संहिता की सोच नागरिकों को सजा देगा, एक और महिलाओं और बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले अपराधों पर सख्त कानून बने हैं.
Prime Minister raises concerns about women's safety, says there is a need for more proactive measures. National capital to Kolkata, relentless fight for justice continues. Mamata's political protests claim falls flat.
ये योगी जी के चाइनीज रेप्लिका है. ये चाहते हैं कि भाई पूरी तरीके से जो है माहौल जो है बिगड़े.
Uproar over Tejashwi Yadav's Chinese version racist remark against Himanta. BJP says racist mindset exposed. Election Commission revises polling and counting dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. A new name has now emerged in the Abhaya rape and murder horror probe, Avik Day. The IMA has raised glaring questions about his presence at the crime scene on the 9th of August. Furthermore, Mamata continues to face heat from BJP and the Congress over her letter to the centre regarding speedy justice for rape and assault victims. Here's a report.
It appears that the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital has become a hub for crime, conspiracy and collusion. There seems to be no end to the number of skeletons tumbling out in the Abhaya rape and murder probe. This comes shortly after DC Kolkata Police Indira Mukherjee claimed that there were only police officials and forensic team present at the crime scene. A viral photo of Avikde in the crime scene on the 9th of August is now making headlines. Another raid of Sandeep Ghosh under the scanner yet again. Avik, a student at SSKM, was at RG Kar. Now the big question is, what was someone from SSKM doing at RG Kar Medical College? And that too at a crime scene where a woman was brutally raped and murdered. Abhaya's parents had earlier sparked suspicion about a man in red whose presence in the crime scene was unwarranted. The same Abhigde was also seen with doctors during the press conference on the fateful 9th of 9th August. The Indian Medical Association has also hit out with big questions. The IMA raised glaring questions over Avik's expertise as a fingerprint expert. The IMA also deflected the lens on Avik's admission to the post-graduation program at SSKM. They further called on the CBI to seek more details regarding Avik's presence at the crime scene. While more and more names continue to come to the fore, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary slammed Mamata over her repeated letters to the centre.
शुरू से ही राज्यों की पुलिस सूबे की सरकार की मदद से और अपराधियों को बचाने के लिए सरकार के खिलाफ कोई सवाल ना उठे, सरकार को कोई दोष ना दे, इससे मद्देनजर शुरू से ही ये छानबीन में बड़े पैमाने पे गड़बड़ी करने की कोशिश की गई। अभी जब सीबीआई आ गए तो ममता जी खुद पल्ला झाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ममता जी पल्ला क्यों झाड़ रही है? अब आपको अगर दिल में सच्चाई की भावना हो और पीड़ित के प्रति आपकी कोई सहानुभूति रही तो आप जाके सीबीआई से मिले, पुलिस को कहे कि हम तो सारे सबूत इकट्ठा कर ही रहे थे, आप हमसे मदद लो, चलो मिलके हम अपराधी को पकड़े और फांसी में लटकाएं।
Without mincing any words, the BJP also came down heavily upon Mamata Banerjee.
बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और कहे कि मैं शर्मसार हूँ, मेरी सरकार ने संरक्षण दिया है, मैं और मेरे लोग इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं। क्यों जो पुलिस कमिश्नर के नाम से जो रजिस्ट्रेशन प्लेट है मोटरसाइकिल की, उसको लेकर संजय रॉय जिसने कितना जघन्य अपराध किया है, वो उसको बाइक कैसे मिल जाती है? क्यों जो संदीप घोष है जिसका जो प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ कितने संगीन इल्ज़ाम है, वो क्यों बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है? वो क्यों सुसाइड थ्योरी को प्रमोट कर रहा है? किस तरह से उग्र भीड़ आती है और किस तरह से सर्वर रूम में पहुंच जाती है और बाकायदा सबूतों को नष्ट करती है? तो बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और त्यागपत्र दे प्रधानमंत्री को, वो दुनिया भर की बातें कर रही हैं, हमारे कानून काफ़ी हैं, लेकिन जब पुलिस का अपराधीकरण हो जाता है तब बड़ा मुश्किल होता है सबूतों को जुटाना।
जब से ये केस शुरू हुआ है उसमें हमने देखा है कि किस प्रकार से माता पिता को मिसलीड किया गया, किस प्रकार से सुसाइड थियरी दी गई, किस प्रकार से सबूत नष्ट करने की कोशिश की गई, और अब तो ऑडियो टेप्स भी आ चुके हैं कि हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट ने, वही हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट जिसको ममता बनर्जी का संरक्षण प्राप्त था, जिसके प्रिंसिपल को प्रमोट किया गया, उसने माता पिता को कैसे गुमराह करने की कोशिश की गई। क्या इसके बाद भी ममता बनर्जी जिम्मेदारी नहीं उठाएंगी? उल्टा ममता बनर्जी जिस प्रकार से धमकी दे रही है और कोलकाता की पुलिस जिस प्रकार से बर्ताव कर रही है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि ममता बनर्जी न्याय नहीं, केवल और केवल बलात्कारी बचाओ के अभियान में लगी हुई है। ममता बनर्जी को केवल एक लेटर लिखना चाहिए और वो होना चाहिए रेजिग्नेशन लेटर।
As the political tussle and the probe both gather momentum, all eyes on the key demand that remains: justice for Abhaya.
Today, the protesters in Kolkata fact-checked Mamata Banerjee. 2 days ago, she, in issuing her clarification, said that she is only criticizing the BJP protests and not the doctors' protests. This clarification from Mamata Banerjee was for a statement of hers that sparked controversy 3 days ago, where she said, pertaining to the protests in Bengal, that if Bengal burns, so will Delhi, so will Jharkhand, so will Odisha. And today we spoke to the protesters to ask them whether these are BJP protests, because they were clearly not, and that fact checks Mamata's claims. Let's take a look.
কেউ কেউ মনে করছেন এটা বাংলাদেশ, আমি বাংলাদেশকে ভালোবাসি, ওরা আমাদের মতো কথা বলে, ওদের সংস্কৃতি আমাদের সংস্কৃতি এক। কিন্তু মনে রাখবেন, বাংলাদেশ একটা আলাদা রাষ্ট্র, ভারতবর্ষ একটা আলাদা রাষ্ট্র। মোদি বাবু, আপনার পার্টিকে দিয়ে আগুন লাগাচ্ছেন। মনে রাখবেন, বাংলায় যদি আগুন লাগান, আসামও থেমে থাকবে না, নর্থ ইস্টও থেমে থাকবে না, উত্তরপ্রদেশও থেমে থাকবে না, বিহারও থেমে থাকবে না, ঝাড়খণ্ডও থেমে থাকবে না, উড়িষ্যাও থেমে থাকবে না, আর দিল্লিও থেমে থাকবে না। আপনার চেয়ারটা আমরা টলমলো করে দেবো।
ममता बनर्जी सीएम वो कह रही है बार बार के बीजेपी का प्रोटेस्ट है ये आरजीकर के खिलाफ। अब क्या लगता है आप बीजेपी?
नहीं, आम आदमी हूँ मैं, एक माँ हूँ, मेरे एक कन्या संतान है, तो मैं इस नृशंस जो घटना घटी है उसके प्रोटेस्ट में आ जाए।
ममता बनर्जी कह रही है कि आप लोग सब बीजेपी से है, आप लोग जस्टिस फॉर आरजीकर कर रहे हैं, ये सब बीजेपी से।
हम लोग आज सब डॉक्टर्स रास्ते पे हैं और हम लोग तब तक हम लोग का सर नीचे नहीं करेंगे जब तक इसका सवाल नहीं जमने लेगा मेरा काम का। There has been a conspiracy, there has been a racket, and this has to be unfolded. Otherwise, the government, Mamata Banerjee, should quit.
So clearly, it's people versus Mamata, and Mamata's entire farce that she's only speaking against the BJP protests which are largely being led by the people. It's false. Moving on to another story from Bengal. Staying on this, in fact, Centre responded to Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee after her second letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, seeking stringent laws on rape cases. Quite an irony, by slamming her for attempting to cover up delays. In a letter to Mamata Banerjee, Union Women and Child Development Minister Annapurna Devi said that the Bengal government had not operationalized an additional 11 fast-track special courts to deal with cases of rape and sexual assault on children. Here's a report.
A letter versus letter war has officially broken out between the centre and Mamata. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee wrote a second letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The letter reiterates her requests for stringent central legislation and exemplary punishment on heinous crimes like rape and murder. Mamata's India ally Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary minced no words and slammed the Bengal Chief Minister.
शुरू से ही राज्यों की पुलिस सूबे की सरकार की मदद से और अपराधियों को बचाने के लिए सरकार के खिलाफ कोई सवाल ना उठे, सरकार को कोई दोष ना दे, इससे मद्देनजर शुरू से ही ये छानबीन में बड़े पैमाने पे गड़बड़ी करने की कोशिश की गई। अभी जब सीबीआई आ गए तो ममता जी खुद पल्ला झाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ममता जी पल्ला क्यों झाड़ रही है? अब आपको अगर दिल में सच्चाई की भावना हो और पीड़ितों के प्रति आपकी कोई सहानुभूति रही तो आप जाके सीबीआई से मिले, पुलिस को कहे कि हम तो सारे सबूत इकट्ठा कर ही रहे थे, आप हमसे मदद लो, चलो मिलके हम अपराधी को पकड़े और फांसी में लटकाएं।
Mamata took to social media platform X to inform the public about her second letter. She mentioned how she received no response from the centre despite already having written a letter. She also spoke about how apparently 10 POCSO courts, 88 fast-track courts and 62 other POCSO designated courts have been operationalized by Bengal. This time the centre did reply but hit out at Mamata. The centre asserted that existing laws were stringent enough to tackle violence and crimes against women. In a second letter to Mamata Banerjee in a week, Union Minister for Women and Child Development Annapurna Devi urged the West Bengal government to implement the same in letter and in spirit. Annapurna Devi further went on to claim that the information contained in the West Bengal Chief Minister's letter was factually incorrect. Devi also went on to suggest that the aims to cover up delays in the operationalization of fast-track special courts in the state of West Bengal. Hitting out at Mamata, Devi mentioned the state government has not operationalized additional 11 fast-track special courts to specifically deal with cases of rape and POCSO. The BJP also came down heavily upon the Mamata-led TMC government.
बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और कहे कि मैं शर्मसार हूँ, मेरी सरकार ने संरक्षण दिया है, मैं और मेरे लोग इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं। क्यों जो पुलिस कमिश्नर के नाम से जो रजिस्ट्रेशन प्लेट है मोटरसाइकिल की, उसको लेकर संजय रॉय जिसने कितना जघन्य अपराध किया है, वो उसको बाइक कैसे मिल जाती है? क्यों जो संदीप घोष है जिसका जो प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ कितने संगीन इल्ज़ाम हैं, वो क्यों बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है? वो क्यों सुसाइड थ्योरी को प्रमोट कर रहा है? किस तरह से उग्र भीड़ आती है और किस तरह से सर्वर रूम में पहुंच जाती है और बाकायदा सबूतों को नष्ट करती है? तो बजाय ये कि वो माफ़ी मांगे और त्यागपत्र दे प्रधानमंत्री को, वो दुनिया भर की बातें कर रही हैं, हमारे कानून काफ़ी हैं, लेकिन जब पुलिस का अपराधीकरण हो जाता है तब बड़ा मुश्किल होता है सबूतों को जुटाना।
जब से ये केस शुरू हुआ है उसमें हमने देखा है कि किस प्रकार से माता पिता को मिसलीड किया गया, किस प्रकार से सुसाइड थियरी दी गई, किस प्रकार से सबूत नष्ट करने की कोशिश की गई। और अब तो ऑडियो टेप्स भी आ चुके हैं कि हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट ने, वही हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट जिसको ममता बनर्जी का संरक्षण प्राप्त था, जिसके प्रिंसिपल को प्रमोट किया गया, उसने माता पिता को कैसे गुमराह करने की कोशिश की गई। क्या इसके बाद भी ममता बनर्जी जिम्मेदारी नहीं उठाएंगी? उल्टा ममता बनर्जी जिस प्रकार से धमकी दे रही है और कोलकाता की पुलिस जिस प्रकार से बर्ताव कर रही है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि ममता बनर्जी न्याय नहीं, केवल और केवल बलात्कारी बचाव के अभियान में लगी हुई है। ममता बनर्जी को केवल एक लेटर लिखना चाहिए और वो होना चाहिए रेजिग्नेशन लेटर।
Evidence tampering. CBI versus Kolkata Police. Relentless quizzing. Letter versus letter. Growing political tussle. After all this, not only is Mamata evasive over RG Kar rape and murder, the Bengal government has repeatedly unleashed its violent force on peaceful protesters. Will Abhaya finally get the justice she deserves?
While attending the National Conference of the District Judiciary in the national capital, PM Modi addressed the issue of women's safety and security in the country. PM Modi said that there are growing cases of atrocities against women and children, and we need to make sure laws against such crimes are addressed. His statements come in the wake of protests against the rape and murder of Abhaya in Kolkata.
न्याय संहिता की सोच नागरिकों को सजा देगा, यही एकमात्र नहीं है, लेकिन नागरिकों को सुरक्षा देना भी है। इसलिए एक और महिलाओं और बच्चों के खिलाफ होने वाले अपराधों पर सख्त कानून बने हैं। दूसरी ओर पहली बार मामूली अपराधों में सजा के तौर पर कम्युनिटी सर्विस का प्रावधान किया गया है। भारतीय साक्ष्य अधिनियम के तहत सबूत के तौर पर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और डिजिटल रिकॉर्ड को भी मान्यता मिली है। भारतीय नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता के तहत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोड में समन भेजने की व्यवस्था बनाई गई है। इससे न्यायपालिका पर पेंडिंग केसेस का बोझ भी कम होगा। मेरा आग्रह होगा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मार्गदर्शन में डिस्ट्रिक्ट जुडिशरी को इस नई व्यवस्था में ट्रेन करने के लिए नए इनिशिएटिव्स भी जरूरी है।
The rot in Mollywood is now under the lens of the police as more and more actors speak out against big names. The aftermath of Hema Commission report continues to haunt Mollywood. In a latest development, the state secretariat of CPIM has opined that there is no need for actor Mukesh to tender his resignation. Notably, there have been multiple allegations against the CPIM MLA and actor Mukesh. Here's a report.
MeToo storm continues to haunt Mollywood. Actors, directors, senior politicians. The rot in Mollywood is finally being exposed. This after the explosive charges brought to the fore by the Hema Commission report. Mahila Congress activists staged demonstrations in Kochi and Kollam demanding a comprehensive investigation to the Justice Hema Committee report. In an exclusive conversation with Republic, Tamil actress and politician Radhika Sharath Kumar revealed how she had caught hidden cameras in a Mollywood film set.
It happened with some common people who were sitting there from the unit. It didn't involve big names and all, but they were access to getting this. I'm only saying is people have to safeguard, the women's, they have to protect us more is what my whole thing is. It's not here to sensationalize it or tell.
I understand.
That's right.
And which year was it? Is it recent or is it sometime really many years ago?
Yeah, how many years ago was there video phones? I mean, people with recordings. Yeah, as long as that.
There has been heightened political tussle in Kerala ever since FIRs were registered against actor and CPIM MLA Mukesh. Despite growing calls for Mukesh's resignation, the CPIM State Secretariat has decided in favour of Mukesh.
In what can only be seen as a highly controversial move, the CPIM State Secretariat has decided that MLA Mukesh, who has been accused of sexual exploitation and abuse, does not need to resign from his position in the party, neither does he have to resign from the post of an MLA. Now, this comes despite the fact that there are multiple FIRs registered against MLA Mukesh for allegedly sexually harassing and exploiting his female co-stars during his tenure as an actor in the Malayalam film industry.
The CPIM had opined that there is no imminent need for actor Mukesh to resign. Malayalam actress Amala Paul has also expressed her support for the Hema Committee report.
Glad that this has come, and I hope it will take its due course and it will bring the result that we all deserve, and all the women who've come out and spoken, hats off to them, huge respect.
With Mollywood's best kept secrets now out in the open, all eyes are now on what the SIT probe will uncover.
Desperate for minority appeasement, RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav today made a very racist comment against Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. This because the Himanta government in Assam has eradicated a colonial-era law that provides for a 2-hour break in the Assam Assembly for Friday prayers. Here's a report.
In Assam, Chief Minister has taken yet another big step, the move to do away with 2-hour namaz breaks in the assembly.
हमारे विधानसभा का हिंदू मुसलमान सारे एमएलएज ने रूल कमेटी में बैठा और ये अनएनिमियसली रिजॉल्व किया कि हम लोगों का जो 2 घंटा का छुट्टी है वो हमें नहीं चाहिए, हम ये 2 घंटा भी काम करूँगा। ये जो प्रैक्टिस थे ये 1937 में शुरू हुए थे, कल से ये प्रैक्टिस को बंद कर दिया गया।
The move focuses on prioritized productivity and is doing away with existing colonial baggage. The minister cleared the heat, stating that Muslim MLAs were also present when this key decision was taken. The move has now triggered a fresh political storm.
असम में भी उनको हम कहेंगे, हुकूमत आए हम उनसे कहेंगे कि ये चीज़ मत करिए। ये मुल्क जो है ये एकता में अनेकता है, यहाँ हर मज़हब है, हर ज़बान है, हर किस्म का तरीका है। आप तमिलनाडु लीजिए, कश्मीर लीजिए, बंगाल लीजिए, महाराष्ट्र लीजिए, कोई भी रियासत लीजिए, अलग अलग तरीके हैं। इसीलिए तो हिंदुस्तान फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है।
Indie leader Tejasvi Yadav resorted to making a controversial remark against the Assam Chief Minister.
देखिए, जो असम के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं वो सस्ती लोकप्रियता के लिए इस तरह से करते हैं। ये है कौन? ये केवल सस्ती लोकप्रियता चाहते हैं। और ये भाजपा के लोगों ने मुसलमान भाइयों को एक सॉफ्ट टारगेट बना लिया। कभी वक्फ बोर्ड का आ जाता है बिल, कभी CA NRC का आ जाता है बिल। किसी ना किसी प्रकार से ये माइनॉरिटी के लोगों को, अल्पसंख्यक को ये भाजपा के लोग तंग करना चाहते हैं, समाज में नफरत, घृणा पैदा कराना चाहते हैं।
The BJP has hit right back.
Indie Alliance says that we are for progressive rights of everybody. We are for Samvidhan Bachao. We are for Bharat Jodo. But the nature of the comments made by their leaders like Tejasvi Yadav, who compares elected popular Chief Minister of Assam, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, to Chinese version. Is he being called Chinese because he's from Northeast? This is a racist comment. Has the Atma of Sam Pitroda entered Tejasvi Yadav? Because Sam Pitroda also said this is an insult not just of Chief Minister of Assam, but of people of Assam and entire Northeast and India. Such racist comments should not be accommodated. Rahul Gandhi must tell us his stand on Tejasvi Yadav.
Hemanto has set the record straight once again. Then why is Indy playing politics over the progressive move?
More skeletons continue to tumble out in the Mollywood MeToo case. Allegations continue to surface. This is the story that we are covering. And another story that we are looking at is the MEA calling out Western propaganda on Bangladesh floods, saying that the CNN report is misleading and factually incorrect.
The heartbeat of India's startup revolution, Bengaluru, is about to light up. With 20 visionaries and 4 insightful panels, uncover how the Union Budget 2024 shakes our emerging economy. Decode the impact only on Republic Digital Roundtable, Edition 1, Decoding the Budget Blueprint for Startups 2024, exclusively on Republic Digital.
Director, the taste of success.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Is Pakistan beginning to pay the charges of its own follies? Have the chickens come home to roost and the snakes in the backyard starting to cannibalize the innards of its society? Are we seeing an implosion that would reduce Pakistan into a Punjabi rump and a few other independent states? Join me at this weekend as I read some tea leaves on Pakistan for you on Get Me Right, only on Republic.
Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma has announced that there will be no 2-hour-long Jummah break on Friday for Muslim MLAs in Assam. The Muslim appeasement lobby is horrified. Why just MLAs? Should the entire country's Muslim community be given a 2 to 3 hour break every Friday? Since Rahul Gandhi and OAC believe in Muslim appeasement, maybe they should also ask all private companies. All of them should announce
a quarter-day break for all Muslim employees every Friday. Play divide and rule. Divide Muslims from the rest of the Indian population and compete through such appeasement for the Muslim vote. This is wrong. This is impractical. This is divisive. And I'm glad that Hemanta is ending this divide and rule policy. Fighting appeasement is what Hemanta Biswa Sharma is doing. If you oppose, then remember one more thing, that there is no end to appeasement once you decide to do it.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on The Burning Question. It's 9 p.m. I'm Niranjan, and we are coming to you from our studios in Noida with two big debates tonight. Debate number one, the Chinese version comment by Tejasvi Yadav, and the fact that the Indie bloc doesn't see any racism in that comment. When Tejasvi Yadav of the Indie bloc refers to Hemanta as the Chinese version of Yogi, what does he mean? If it's not racism, then what is? That's our burning question on the show this evening, and at 9:30 we have a conversation. Let's play out the two subjects on the show this evening. Indie racism, the Chinese version, taunt on top of 9 p.m. and at 9:30 we have an insider, someone who's worked in every language in the South. Her name is Malavika Avinash. She's an artist, and she is going on record on the MeToo scandal, on her experience working in Mollywood, Sandalwood, and all the woods there are, and the deep dark secrets, and what has gone unsaid for decades together. That's coming up on the show at 9:30 p.m. Here are the headlines on the burning question at 9 p.m. As the Mollywood sex scandal explodes, the left is backing Mukesh, actor, politician, despite the grave allegations. More and more actors narrate their ordeal, many of them coming on record, including on Republic TV, to tell us what they've been through in